YouTube, there is no firearms in this video. Welcome back to the Loki Airgunner YouTube channel. In this episode, we will be talking about 1322 and 1377 upgrades from Buckarel Custom Airgun Accessories. This is a barrel band for longer barrels, which deletes the front sight. We will also be installing this roll pin replacement, which will make our life easier to work on your 13XX. This is a screw instead of a push pin that you risk damaging. I will also be installing washers to get rid of the slop on my pump handle. This is not available from Buckarel just yet, but Cherry is working on that, I believe. The first step is to open your pump handle until you release the pressure on the barrel band. So yeah, that's pretty much all the way open. Next, you want to hit on your roll pin with a hammer on a hard surface, and my table was not a hard enough surface for that, so I had to go in the garage to hit harder on it. But first, I wanted to show you guys the slop in my handle and why I want to try to install washers in there. This is pretty bad and it doesn't feel right when you pump up to 10 pumps because it goes one side to another when you apply more pressure. So hopefully we can get rid of that and make it feel better for a budget expensive pistol. So yeah, after using a vise and the proper size punch, I got the pin out. So now I can get the barrel band off only by sliding it out. Okay, so this is a piece of plastic which has your front side usually, because you can use that if you don't have a different stock and stuff like that, but I don't need that anymore. What I want is this kind of nice looking barrel band that will secure my barrel with an extra set screw without looking weird with a front side that I cannot use anyways. So yeah, this is a pretty nice product. It is a bit flexible. It is not the regular 3D printed plastic. Terry made sure that those were going to last and will not crack if they bend with 3D printed plastic. So that's pretty nice product. I believe he just released a front side for the barrels with a fiber optic, but if you want to install this barrel band, simply loosen the set screw. I don't think you need to remove it completely, but I did just to make sure that I'm not causing myself any more issues. If you only want to use the roll pin replacement screw thing, I don't remember how it calls that. That's probably a inch pin kit, but Crosman calls it a roll pin. I might put the number in the corner if you really need that. But Terry also offers the specification of this screw combo setup if you wanna make one yourself by going to the hardware store. Jerry is not there to make money on your back. He's there to help the community and provide cool parts. So huge shout out to Terry at Buckarel. He also mentions that you might need to dibber the hole with a 316 drill bit. That's what I did because I could not get the pin to insert in my hole. Just go slow and use the proper size drill bit and you shall not have any problems with that. After that, the pin should slide in kinda easily but still pretty tight to make sure that there is no slop in this area. I was pretty impressed by the fit. Okay, I'm not saying that because I'm a YouTuber. That's just a very cool part that will make my life easier. So thank you to Buckarel for sending me that and everything that they sent me before. I'm very grateful for this opportunity to show you guys all of this nice stuff. Okay, leave a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to Buckarel, go take a look at their stuff, support everybody that does nice stuff for the airgun community, and it will grow. You will have more internet friends that do the same thing as you do, and that's good for everybody. So once you got the pump arm in the pin, you can simply tighten that up and you will be done. But that's not what I did, because I had this massive pump handle slop, so I wanted to try to insert some washers in there before I actually tighten that down. By the way, Terry only says to snug it up with the Loctite and you should be fine. You don't need to tighten the roll pin replacement very hard for it to stay in place. So yeah, if you only want the barrel band and the pin replacement kit, or to install a suppressor if you're not from Canada, you're done. But I wanted to slide some washers into there to see if that could help my pump handle slop, because I know some people recommended this, like Mr. G Whitfield. Spoiler alert, it does work, but don't even try to do that if you are using the regular roll pin, because it was pretty hard to get my washers in there. Maybe those are too thick. By the way, I believe those are M5 washers, so take that for what it is. My washer kit is a bit mixed, but that would work most likely for your 13XX too. I believe Terry will provide those on his website one day, so he will most likely tell you the size anyway. So quote Terry and not me. He's the man. So I got one in there and it was better but not great. It was time to put the second one in there, which was a pure pain in the ass. So if you're working on your 13XX and you plan on taking it apart again later or soon or later, you might want to wait until you're completely done and do this last, because honestly this was not fun, but it was totally worth it. Okay, so I used some Twizzlers and a screwdriver. Mr. G also said he used to glue them before trying to put that in, but I don't want to wait for glue, and I'd rather just waste time doing that. But you will get it eventually. I don't know if I caused new burrs while doing this, but my roll pin was not going in anymore, so I had to use a bit of force, aka Makita. So now that we got the nice 316 hole going through this frame and barrel band and washer and bump arm, we can put that back together. Don't hit on this pin too hard or with something pointy, because you might mess up the tiny threads. But if you did that right, you can now put the tiny screws back in with some Loctite. But I decided to do a test fit with the washers first, because those did seem fairly tight in there and I didn't know if I was about to cause some issues. So yeah, always test before you put Loctite if you don't want to put some for no reasons. But it is working great. There is no more slop. It is very stiff compared to how it was. You can see that it doesn't move anymore, so that was a good thing that the washers are so tight, and it feels very good now with this nice buck rail bumper plumper. So yeah, I gotta take that back out to put some Loctite, which by the way is included in this Hinge pin kit. Okay, that's pretty cool. Also, I gotta put the barrel band set screw after that. It is very nice to have a longer barrel option from Buckrail. I believe that the Crosman 760 barrel band could fit on this rifle, but I'm 100% satisfied with this one and it looks cool and stuff. So I also like the set screw. The 761 might also have that, but you know. Oh, that's a snap button. I will put that on in my range bag and use my own Loctite because that's pretty cool. Removable. Must be the same thing? Tell me, Terry. So yeah, put a bit of Loctite and do not over tighten. I believe I said this 3 times by now, but I just want to make sure you get it. I'm not saying you're slow, but if you did not subscribe yet, you might be. I'm just kidding. I know some people don't even have a YouTube account, but if you can leave a like, comment, or any kind of support to my small channel, please. While I am putting the Loctite on, the messy Loctite in fact, I will talk about what is on this little carbine setup. From Buckrail, we got this barrel band, the pin kit, the plumper pumper, the grips, the adjustable stock. I also add some scope mounts on it to put some more accessories, but I had to take that off to make sure to not break more stuff, take accessories off if you feel like it. This red dot is also Buckrail branded, even though it is from China. And from Crosman, we got a steel breech. Mine is .177 with a 18-inch Crosman barrel too. I believe I'm not forgetting anything. It also has a squished trigger spring, but the trigger is still over 3 pounds, almost 4 I believe, so I need to work on that soon. This was the removed parts that I will not reuse. This is what I replaced with the Buckrail accessories. It looks way nicer now with no useless front sight and good looking roll pin. I don't know what you think, but I'm really digging the results. By the way, if you use your front sight, you will need to drill it out to insert a longer barrel. That's what I had to do because I could not find parts for it in Canada. That's pretty sketchy sometimes, but I believe a 760 front sight could work, or you can drill this one, but this is garbage, so I suggest you replace that with something way better and easier to work with. Those are the Buckrail scope mounts. This is what my 2 Crosman pistols are looking like. Thanks to Buckrail for the support. Thanks to you for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.